Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be showing you some new exciting ways to find several $1,000 per month products using Black Box by Helium 10. It's a product research method that I've been using for years now, and I've refined it over and over again to try and use it in a creative way. That's what I'm going to be showing you today. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to stick around till the end and let's just get right into it. All right, so we're here inside of Black Box by Helium 10, and I have switched over from products to keywords. Now, that's an important part of this because we want to find phrases and markets that customers are actively looking for, not just things that competitors are selling where we're unsure of who the customer is and what they actually want from that marketplace. We'll zoom back out here, and for our search volume, this is one that you guys can play around with and figure out exactly what your budget is and what you're going to be able to afford, because obviously if you have something with 80,000 search volume, average competitors making $40,000 per month in revenue and selling 3,000 units per month, it's going to be hard to keep up with that if you only have $1,800. So you might want to put something like $750 in here if you have a budget of $1,500 or $1,800 to launch your first product and you're really trying to bootstrap this thing. Whereas if you're more experienced, you have a higher budget, and you're ready to invest in this a little heavier, I always recommend going with something that has a more sustainable customer base. So I might put something like 2,000 minimum and then 50,000 max. Try and find something where there's plenty of people actively looking for this thing all the time, and we're going to be able to improve that product. So monthly revenue is optional. You could do monthly revenue, or you can come down here to monthly sales units right here and fill that out. So again, the monthly revenue is simply price multiplied by monthly units. So if we know we have a price range of, we want to sell between $30, aka $29.99, and $79.99, then 100 units per month is going to be $2,800 per month to $8,100 per month. 200 units minimum, double that, etc. So let's do something like 400 units per month minimum at a price range between $28 and $81. So that's going to have us somewhere between $8,000 to $25,000 per month, with an average search volume of 2,000 to 50,000. And if we're going to do that, don't fill out monthly revenue. So that's something that I see people do wrong all the time. So like do two different things here, and they're basically fighting each other, right? You end up with a smaller range, and that's not what we want. Review count here, we want to see a minimum of 11. I like double-digit reviews as a minimum because we get out of that phase where people might only have inflated sales data based on doing giveaways. We don't only want to see products that make $20,000 per month because they just gave away 600 units in their first 3 weeks. We want to see products that are actually selling that much. So minimum of 11, and then maybe a maximum of about 400. Okay, so under 500 reviews. I think psychologically anything between 100 and 500, 100 and even 6, 7, 800, they're all pretty close. There's not much difference there. Once you start getting into 1,000 reviews, you've now added a numerical value. You go into 4 digits instead of 3, and it looks much larger, but really there's not a huge difference there. So this will be one of the first things we change when we want to start seeing more results. I'm sure all of you have had the situation where you fill this out and then all of a sudden you have 150 results, you go through all of them, none of them are good, and then you're like, what do I do now, right? That was the perfect criteria, and now there's nothing left to do. Well, simple thing to do there is you're going to change this to the minimum and then put 999 as the maximum. So word count here, minimum of 2. Obviously, we don't want one keyword, like the word garlic is not enough. Garlic press in rose gold would be a phrase that we might want to see. Maybe a max of about 6 keywords. Sometimes what you'll end up seeing is Amazon will have auto-filled something and people select it so much that that becomes a popular search. If that's too specific, generally you won't see anything larger than 6 anyway. So categories, we're going to go through here, and this is really up to you. What do you want to sell in? I've always heard, hey, don't sell products that you're passionate about, just sell things that make money. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think it has to be one or the other. If you like something where there's no money to be made, then yeah, probably won't relate too much to the product you're going to be selling. However, if you have general interests in fitness and outdoors, there's no reason you can't sell in those spaces. So in that situation, maybe I would select patio, lawn and garden, sports and outdoors, and tools and home improvement. And maybe you like pets and you work from home. Those are all generally things that I can relate to and would have a good idea of how to pick a product that makes sense within those markets with some level of knowledge about those marketplaces. That being said, we're going to hit search. Make sure you stick around for at least another couple minutes, right? Because for one thing, you're going to be learning how to make several $1,000s per month, which is no reason you should go watch cat videos right now or get distracted by something that's slightly more interesting. But I'm also going to be showing you another way to fill out these filters after we get through these results. But really quickly, don't skip ahead. I want to show you how to actually analyze the results that you're going to get back from the criteria that we just put in, and how to effectively pick one of these products so you don't end up going on 2-3 months without a product idea. After you watch this whole video, by the end of this week, you should be able to find something with a few days of using this criteria. So here we go. Memorial wind chimes. Wind chimes is a pretty basic product, and I think it's somewhat seasonal. Probably going to sell well from May through November, May through October even. More of a summer thing, right? I don't think a ton of people are going outside in the snow and hanging up wind chimes. I'm going to stick away from seasonal products. So the next product is a power tool storage rack. Now that is implying that it's going to be indoors, it's for electrical tools. The value proposition is pretty clear here. We're helping people get organized. It's something that everyone can understand. Let's take a look at that. And really quickly before I forget, I did just open up a few more spots with the link down below to do one-on-one Zoom calls with myself. If you have product ideas you want verified, you want to talk about a brand that you're building or get some help with your ads, whatever that may be surrounding Amazon FBA, e-commerce in general, personal branding, YouTube. I'm here to talk. I love talking about business, and you can sign up down below. Power tool storage rack. The first thing that you want to do when you land on a market like this is assess the results. Don't worry about opening up your tool just yet. Don't get googly-eyed. Is that the phrase? I think so. At the revenue and all of that. Don't get too excited yet. Just see what's being offered, what's well rated, what the average price is, what these are typically made out of. Okay, so let's check it out. So there's 3 metal options that all have, one's very well reviewed, the other 2 are somewhat new. One of them is very, very new, and that's wooden. Okay, that's ranked 4 out of the entire page of about 60 results. Number 4 is the wooden one with just 7 reviews. Another wooden one, but it's much smaller. That is not for power tools. This is for power tools. Again, doing well in that $40 range or so. Their wooden one doing well. Metal, metal, metal. So the first thing that I'm noticing is there are options. Okay, there's really not anything that's missing, so to say. So when it comes down to what this customer needs, we're really going to have to dig deep in the world of what's going wrong with the ones that are here. So why are these 4 stars and not 5? And then, is more storage necessary? Should it be lighter? Should the wooden ones be a different kind of wood? Is that wood too soft? Is it too heavy for the wall, etc.? Okay, so let's now open up our tool after we've done that brief analysis, and we know that there's a whole page of these things. We know that many of them have lower reviews and are from newer sellers. Many of them are priced between $40 and $90. And let's take a look here. We'll zoom in on this. That's a little too much. Too much zoom, too much zoom. So if we look at this one, is the first one that stands out. It's doing $250,000. That's the one with 1,400 reviews per month, keep in mind. So every 4 months, they're doing $1 million in revenue. Pretty impressive. Now this one with just 70 reviews is doing $80,000 per month. Now, I believe that is what tool brand is that? So they took the logos off, but very familiar, right? I'm sure we've all been into Lowe's. I don't know. I'm kind of blanking right now. But they went along the color scheme of a popular tool brand, and then they've done that for black, yellow and black, blue and black, red and black, etc. And this kind of chartreusey lime color. That's a really good idea, right? Because those are very popular tool colors, and now people can purchase it based on the associated color scheme that they already have in their garage. Very, very smart. Mr. Toolganize, good brand name, makes a lot of sense. I'm sure if you did even a small amount of Instagram marketing for this, where you make a page and then once a day you're posting something about organization of tools. You could do pretty well there, especially during gift season when there's a lot of, partners and friends of people that like tools on Instagram looking for gift ideas. Some ads might work great in that situation. We have a wooden one that is doing $17,000 per month. Looks very good. The wood quality looks nice. Quick look at this one. Looks like the top actually, so really good pictures. Spots for screwdrivers and stuff on the side. That picture is not that great, but, and then there's 3 different sizes. So that makes a lot of sense there. Okay, cool. So in this situation, here's my quick assessment of this without going into too much depth about this product. This is a very good market, right? I mean, we found a $17,000 per month product that only has 50 reviews in just a couple of minutes. And I think there are ways to improve this market still. This is very general right now as to power tools that it's holding. But what if we went more along the lines of nail guns, saws, and drills? Focus into specifically what needs to be stored, and maybe even introduce some drawers, right? Not everyone wants everything out in the open like this. So we have like, this could be a drawer. This could be, yeah, there's actually quite a few simple things we could change here that would, I think, personally improve the aesthetic of the product, which is really all we have left to work with. It's the organizational aspect of like screw drawers, maybe even cabinets on the front of these 2 parts, and then just this part is open. I don't really like the full openness of everything, and I think some people would agree with me that some tool stuff, it's easy to get messy, right? So if we had something to close it off, it's going to look a lot more neat. That's a really simple thing that we can do right there. And now I did promise you that a couple minutes into the video, I was going to show you one quick way to change this. By the way, feel free to go through and look at the rest of this. We just found a $17,000 product really, really quickly that we could easily customize. It's wooden for the most part, unless you went with one of the metal ones. We could work with a manufacturer to make those changes, maybe even right here in the US. Go on ThomasNet, people who make cabinets or, furniture, something like that. So if we head over to this keyword search here, we can just input the word, like for instance, something like tool, go ahead and hit enter. And then we have 5 phrases related to just the keyword tool that all have search volume between the parameters, revenue within the parameters, sales and reviews within the parameters we've set up. Now we basically just got 5 product ideas all related to that first power tool holder that we found, right? So we have a garden hoe. Okay, so that's just the tool. It's just the garden hoe. A DeWalt tool holder. Go look at the color scheme of DeWalt, and then power tool storage rack. So actually, these are mostly referring to power tool organizers, which even further solidifies the fact that that's probably a really big market with great demand. And if we can make a change there, then we're going to have plenty of customers to sell to. And if we make a change that they're actually asking for or would be interested in, then we'll be rewarded in the form of revenue towards our listing. So that being said, put in a keyword related to your current product or a product that you'd be interested in selling or a market that you'd be interested in selling. We could do camping, we could do sports, etc. You can hand pick an area that you might have an interest in and just jump right to a result and see if it's there. So that's going to do it for today. Just a quick video summing up how I'm currently using my criteria to find $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 per month products using this tool. Then do some follow-up and figure out if that customer that buys that product that you just found is worth creating a brand around, where you can then use a tool like the keyword search or magnet to find additional products to sell that person. Create a portfolio of high quality products, create an Instagram page, create a logo, trademark your brand name, take it seriously, grow a real brand that is worth 6-7 figures. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up here for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Later.